Update you on my Invisalign journey as of today. It has been 1 month since I started, and unfortunately today was the day I got the dreaded attachments. I just want to start off by saying I'm so completely disenchanted with Invisalign right now, because I had acclimated myself to the first two trays, and I thought, this is freaking awesome. You know, it's very discreet, nobody can tell. My mouth has gotten used to everything, and I can take them out and feel fine about it. But today I got attachments, and it's completely changed so far my opinion of the process. And I actually started to feel like slightly regretful that I even started, which is lame, because I knew it was going to be, you know, a very long journey. But let me just show you what we're working with now. Quite a few attachments I have. Let me see if this fixes the lighting. No, it's not helping. 18! I have, I think, 8 on the bottom and 10 on the top, and I have a few teeth that actually have 2, like these, and some in the back here. But unfortunately I have them on like all of my front-facing teeth, so it's kind of awful. But, you know, I'm sure I'll get adjusted to it just like I got adjusted to the first two trays. So today was a horrible appointment. I'm not even going to sugarcoat how awful the experience was for me today. I don't know that it's going to be awful for everyone, obviously, but for me it was really bad. The process to get your attachments on is they put that huge lip stretcher on, which is already uncomfortable as it is, and then they take like this, it's like cotton rope, you know, it's braided, and they roll that up and they stick it on your tongue, and then they tell you to keep your mouth closed so your teeth don't get wet. And then the worst part ever is they take this little tool and dry off all your teeth. And I mean, they're blasting cold air onto your teeth. And I didn't realize how sensitive I guess my teeth were until today, because when she started to do that, I literally was like tearing up. It was so bad. And she would hit one specific spot and I would just say, it was horrible, really uncomfortable, and I kept pulling away, and she was yelling at me like, don't pull away from me, you're gonna ruin the whole process, you don't want to have to do this a second time, and you know, keep your mouth closed, because what would happen is it would feel so cold and I like that, and so I guess that would mean my mouth was open, and the potential to get my teeth wet would be really irritating for her. I don't know. But she was really blasting them, and to a point where I was like, okay, like, please. So she stopped and then kind of gave me a soft blast, and I was like, why couldn't we have done this the whole time? But anyway, after that, they take a syringe of some sort of bonding or cement material, I'm assuming, and it comes in a syringe, like for real, and the tip is metal, and so she's scraping that on every tooth that's going to get this attachment, and that also was uncomfortable because, you know, you have metal like scraping the surface of your teeth. It doesn't feel great. And then after that, she pulls out what says tray 3. So I'm like, okay, here we go, tray 3. I'm going to get this and we're going to get out of here. Well, tray 3 has, it's a lot like the tray I had in of tray 2, except it has these little grooves where the attachments are going to fit in, and she put some sort of other gunk into those holes. Okay, so now she's filling up the holes, and that's what's going to place the attachments on. So she puts the tray on both, and then seals it with that blue heat lamp or something. And the part that started to freak me out is like after it was set, she's like, okay, I'm going to take them off. And she starts pulling from, you know, the back molars, and I hear this huge crack. I'm like, what the F? She just broke my tray 3. And she keeps yanking and yanking, and it's really uncomfortable on your teeth. And she's like just destroying these trays. And I didn't know that that was just a template for the attachment. So I'm thinking this whole time, like, she's just effed up my whole tray 3. What am I going to do? But so she keeps ripping it off, and it's broken, it's destroyed. So I'm like, okay, this can't be the tray that I'm supposed to go home with. And so after that, then she places the real tray 3. That was just a template, I suppose, for the attachments. So then she puts the real tray 3, sorry, on my teeth, and that's the conclusion of that appointment. I got trays 3, 4, and 5 today, so I'll go back in 6 weeks, in the middle of December, I guess, to get the rest and see what other kind of changes. I mean, I'm not really sure. The one good thing about the appointment today was I got to see my ClinCheck video, which is really exciting because I was curious as to what it's going to look like when it's done. And sadly enough, all these attachments were on from now until the end. But I was pretty satisfied with what the end will look like. I had it in my mind that they would be like really perfectly shaped, whatever. They're not going to change shape, obviously, but they're going to be well aligned, and that's really what I wanted, and that's what I was going for. One thing I did notice in my video is that there was no IPR. I've reviewed a bunch of Invisalign, cases, and a lot of them they'll show the IPR in the ClinCheck, and I noticed that, so I asked him, we talked about it, are we not doing that? And he said, no, we figured out a way to do this without the shaving. So I guess that's exciting. I don't really know how we're going to make enough space in there because obviously we're hurting for space. Look here. But we'll see what happens. You can't really tell from tray to tray a lot of the differences, but what I did notice was that there's a lot of expansion and then it comes together. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have a lot of gaps in my teeth. And he said, well, when you wear your trays, you're going to kind of hide those gaps anyway, so it's not going to be a huge deal, but it's going to be a journey for sure. So I did just kind of want, wow, look at that, just showed up. I did just want to let you know what the attachments look like. These little nubs all over your teeth. Something that did happen today, and I don't know if it's because of the process from today, but this tooth is like super sensitive up here at the top. Like even when I went to brush after lunch and I just barely touched my toothbrush against my tooth, I wasn't even like scrubbing, I just touched it. I was like, oh, it was really bad. So I'm going to give him a call tomorrow and just ask if that's normal because I was kind of freaking out. So I think today I'm starting to experience what most people experience in their first trays, because I didn't get the attachments until tray 3, but a lot of people, when they start, they get attachments on day 1. So I'm feeling a whole lot of pressure right now, and like this tooth especially, this one that sticks out a little, is like super, gross, super tender. So maybe that's what this whole thing was supposed to feel like, and I was just skating by the first month, feeling great and taking them out whenever I want, and it wasn't a big deal. So anyhow, if you have any questions, just leave me a comment. I'd be happy to answer, and if not, I guess I'll be talking to you in another 6 weeks when I go in for my next appointment. Thanks for watching.